It all started in September 2018, when we were hired as substitutes at the Rodopi primary school. Fadini Karapi as a teacher and Fadini Pitaki as a kindergarten teacher. We were told that we were situated in Ano Virsini. Anxiously we were looking at the map to see where it was located exactly, because we come from different cities, thus we did not know the area. It is located 60 kilometers from Komotini and it is close to the Greek-Bulgarian border. There is no other village above. The road stops there. To find the roads leading to Ano Virsini, we followed the route confirmation signs to Bulgaria. We made a right turn. We passed the villages of the plain and alongside the river we followed the uphill road to our destination. The trip was a hard one and the road full of constant turns. We constantly questioned whether we took the right path because we thought we got lost. After half an hour, we saw the first houses of the village. We had reached Ano Virsini. Not knowing where the school was, we decided to follow the dirty road full of potholes. We crossed the bridge and continued uphill until we faced the building of the school. The school is across the mosque. When we arrived, the children were playing in the yard. Seeing the unknown car, they approached us with a smile and asked if we were the new teachers. The principal of the primary school, hearing their voices, came out to welcome us. At first, we both watched the big yard of the school. After going up the climbed a few steps, we faced the corridor. The school principal then showed us the teacher's office, the kindergarten as well as the two classes that were used by the primary school. While he was showing the school to us, he asked us if we were planning to drive there every day from our hometowns, something that the previous teachers there used to do. We asked him if there was another alternative, to which he replied that there is the teacher's house, next to the school in the courtyard, which he was willing to show us. To tell the truth, the house was in pretty good condition. It had also many electrical appliances such as a refrigerator, a mini oven, a microwave and even a washing machine. All it needed was to be tidied thoroughly. both decided to stay there. It was impossible to travel 3 hours from Drama and 3.5 hours from Saras every single day. Furthermore, renting a home in Komotini was also out of the picture. We started the school year with appetite and optimism, although we have found difficulties in communication from the early days. Pantomime and the Greek-Turkish dictionary were used as necessary pedagogical tools for conducting lessons. Army staff visited us early in October. They gave the children coloring paints, pencil cases, notebooks, and coloring books. They wished the students a good school year, and the children did not conceal their enthusiasm.
Due to our free time in the afternoon and to our stay in Ano Virsini, we and our students worked together to organize all the school festivities that took place during the school year. The winter began with cold and low temperatures. Parents took the initiative in consultation with the principal to supply the school with fuel. They cut woods with their own means and placed a timber in the warehouse for heating the school and our home. After the Christmas break and before getting into our rhythms, the first snowflakes appeared. On Monday morning, in order to be able to reach the village, we had to place snow chains in the car, something neither one of us had ever done before. The snowfall was heavy and the snow height reached 20 centimeters. The roads were closed, the village was blocked in the afternoon, so the municipality had to use salt in order to clear the snow off the road from the village's entry on the way to the school.
On the occasion of the Christian celebration of the three hierarchs, we called parents to school to read fairy tales themselves in Turkish and Greek. Then, they formed groups with their children in order to illustrate something that impressed them by the fairy tale. One day, we had to visit the grocery store, which was just a few meters from our house, to buy ingredients as to prepare our lunch. That area also functions as a cafe for the men of the village. There we met a group of students who was willing to give us a tour of the village. During our walk, we noticed the narrow streets of the village and the houses closer. The children offered to talk to us about their leisure activities and their motorbike rides. They showed us the animals and the stables that are next to their homes. In the end, they asked us to join in their ice game. April was the month of school trips, as we visited Maronia, and the Khloe Minority Primary School paid us a visit. After a discussion with our students, we found out that they have not gone on a school trip for years. We set our goal by the end of the school year to arrange one. Despite the difficulties we encountered in organizing it, we managed, after 2 months of concerted efforts, to go on an educational field trip to the Environmental Education Center of Maronia, where the children were informed about recycling and created crafts from recyclable materials. Then we visited the ancient theater of Maronia, and our field trip was completed with lunch and playtime at the children's camp's facilities. At the end of April, The minority primary school of Khloe visited our school. The children met and played with each other. Teachers had the opportunity to exchange views on working conditions and their way of living. It is worth mentioning that the teacher of the Greek language program also resides in the teacher's home in Khloe. On May 1st, the school principal offered to show us how close the village was to the Greek-Bulgarian border. After we traveled with a rural vehicle on the rough paths, we found ourselves in a clearing. From there we could see the first neighboring Bulgarian village. Then we met parents with their children, who were having a picnic, and we decided to stay with them for a bit. During the last week before fasting for Ramadan begins, the teachers, in cooperation with the villagers, cook meat and distribute sandwiches and fruit juices to the children. The students seem to enjoy it. The last month of the year coincided with Ramadan fasting lasting 30 days. The manager informed us that during the fasting period he is not allowed to eat and drink anything from sunrise to sunset. He also told us that there is a person who turns around the village, and outside of every house he hits the dala in order to remind residents that they can eat. One day we saw in the yard of the school in the afternoon, just before the sun set up, children preparing for a picnic. They had decided to make the iftar together.
They invited us too. We sat down on the carpet that the children had laid down, and we took off our shoes, because the children did so too. Once the children listened to the sound of Davul and heard the voice of Imam, he started the feast. First they ate koyur meds and drank water.
The summer arrived and our mood changed due to the weather. The artistic inspiration came to us and we decided to decorate the walls of the corridor at school. The drawings were made by us and the children participated in their completion. As school year passed, the experiences and knowledge we have gained have been deeply engraved in our memory. We want to thank our students, the colleagues and the village residents who made our stay as pleasant as possible. Perhaps at some point in the future, our streets will meet again.